Hello, I'm Colyn Gardner. I'm the Chief Executive of the Management Centre at Banga Business School at the University of Bangor in North Wales.
Yes, Professor Gardner. Could I ask, do you think we're seeing any resolution of the severe global banking crisis?
I think this is something that's going to take quite a while. The banks have been, I think, put in a position where they are going to have to rebuild their balance sheets over quite a period of time, and I think that we're at the start of this rebuilding process right now.
What is Banga Business School doing to help banks resolve the present crisis?
Well, as you know, the Banga Business School is the number one business school in the UK teaching banking and finance, as was recently proven by the government's research assessment exercise. So we are a specialist provider of training and education to the banking community worldwide. We are currently at the Management Centre, which is the executive training function of the business school, developing a series of training courses, short courses aimed at assisting the banks recover from the present crisis.
Who are the courses aimed at?
Well, what we've done is develop a suite of 3 programs, short 1-day, 2-day workshops aimed at the board directors and the non-executive directors of very large banks. These courses are looking at helping those banks regain some credibility. Their management has, in some ways, lost the trust of their customers and their clients, and we're trying to develop some programs that will help them rebuild that trust and that credibility.
Can you tell me something about what the courses will cover, please?
Well, there are 3 courses. One is on strategic leadership in banking. That's to enable the board directors of the banks to look at the various strategies, whether, for example, the question of an investment bank and a retail bank should be combined under one roof, and there's some dispute and debate about that at the present time. Another course is a 1-day program aimed at board directors and non-executive directors to teach these people about the risks of their industry. I mean, I think one of the problems we've had is that there is a sense that particularly some of the non-executive directors have not been asking the right questions of the banks when it comes to making board decisions. For example, the RBS acquisition of ABN AMRO, which has caused a massive problem for that organisation, resulting in it now being something like 70% plus owned by the taxpayer. Did those non-executive directors have the industry knowledge specifically to ask the right sort of questions of the chief executive when that acquisition was first mooted? The third program is aimed at understanding global trends in banking. Some of the banks that we are in contact with internationally are interested in reconfiguring their banks and wondering whether or not the globalization of banking will continue in the future, and perhaps whether or not they should be concentrating more on their domestic markets, less on international business. And we're going to work with those banks to help them decide whether that strategy is the right one for them or not.
Professor Gardner, thank you very much indeed.